So the girls wanted to play badminton, but the majority of the boys goes with the cricket. So the girls also have to play cricket because the teacher approach only to the majority boys. So here is an comic or illustration in your book in which you can study that majority of the boys are supposed to play cricket and the girls want to play some other sports. So the reaction of the girls is we always have to do what the boys want because they are in a majority. That means that in this case the majority group tries to dominate the minority group. So at that time constitution also play a vital role in this situation, that if a majority of a class wants to dominate a minority class, at that time constitution helps so that they don't get dominated. For example, we have seen in our society, like according to caste, like the minority caste of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes are dominated by the superior caste. So at that time there is a constitution that help or that provide a safety to those people who belong to the minority class. And the third purpose of a constitution is needed to protect us against certain decisions we take. Like there sometimes we take such decisions that have an adverse effect on ourselves. So the third main function of constitution is save us from ourselves. It become quite uh, uh, we feel that it's not possible, but sometimes this happen, and it is also an example in your book. In this it is she is a girl, Shabnam. She has a test day after tomorrow and she wants to study, but her parents are watching TV and she also want to watch the TV, but she does not have she has not prepared for the last two chapters. So she wants to watch TV, but she also have a in her mind that if she will not study, then maybe in the exam she will score less. And at that time when she had an exam, the maximum questions came from the last two chapters that she was not studied out that day. So she think that if at that time she watched TV and no revision and she had not revised that last two chapters, so she can score less marks in the exam. So this also play a constitution a good role, that if we want to save us from ourselves, at that time constitution is there to help us. So these are the key features of Indian constitution. First one is federalism, second one is parliamentary form of government, third one is separation of power, and fourth one is fundamental right, and last one is secularism. We will discuss all these key features of Indian constitution one by one. So when we talk about a federalism means a government in which there are more than one type of a government. It means that the government combines, like it is a union government or we can say a central government. It share their power with state government, then state government share their power with the local government, and then local government share their power with municipality and panchayat. Then municipality consists of municipal corporation, municipal council, nagar panchayat, and then panchayat is distributed into district panchayat. So intermediate panchayat or village panchayat. So federalism is a state of government in which the power is divided between a central authority and various constituent unit of the country. So that if state government want to adopt certain rules that provide benefit, so they can use their powers and they get their powers from the union government. So union government share their powers with the state government and state government share their powers with the local government, so that if any government wants to adopt good things for their people, so they can adopt that methods, so that there will be benefits for the people. So these are the three levels of the government. First one is central government, second one is state government, and third one is panchayati raj. क्योंकि in panchayati raj they can at a village level we can say. Then the second one is parliamentary form of government. Parliamentary form of government, Indian constitution guarantees universal adult suffrage for all citizens. every citizen of the country, irrespective of his her social background, can vote or contest in election. We all know that if we are under eligible criteria of 18 years, we can cast a vote and we can select, yeah, we can help to choose the representative for our country. So it is a parliamentary form of government in which every citizen has a right that they can vote and contest in election. It doesn't matter that from which caste or religion he or she belongs, it does not matter. He or she can vote and contest in elections. All the elected representatives of the people are accountable to the people. If the people choose a representative, then that representative is accountable to the people. Then the third comes separation of power. Then there are three organs of the state in which the power is separated. First one is legislature. Legislature refers to our elected representative who have the power to pass, amend and repeal laws. So the first organ is the legislature. The legislature has an authority that they can pass and pass, amend and repeal laws. Means it is a law making body. So the next one is executive. Executive have a responsibility for implementing laws and running the government. Means legislature is a law making body and executive are the body which help to implement the laws which are made by the legislature. And the third one is judiciary. It defends and upholds the Indian Constitution and assures the rule of law prevails. Means when a law is made by the legislature and executed by the executives, means sometimes there will be a condition when we execute the law, sometimes that law is not benefited for all. So at that time, if any conflict arises between the legislature and executive, for solving that conflict, judiciary is there. So for solving the conflicts among the executive and the legislature, so judiciary plays a vital role at that time. So our judiciary system in India is consist of a Supreme Court, we all know. So the judiciary system in India is a Supreme Court in New Delhi, then High Court in states, then subordinate courts at districts, civil court and criminal court. Then there are some specialized tribunals, services tribunals, tax tribunals, debt recovery tribunals and consumer courts as well. So these are the judiciary system that helps to solve the conflict not between the two organs, not between only the legislature and executive. Apart from this, the different courts are there. Like in state there is a high court, then it is a consumer court for safeguarding the rights for the consumer, that if a consumer gets any if a consumer does not get the right thing that he wants, then at that time he can appeal to consumer court for getting the justice. So this is a map which shows that in which area is the Supreme Court. We all know that Supreme Court is only in New Delhi, and the red marks shows the High Court, that in which states there are the High Courts.